same format, and it's kind of obvious when someone just throws something up. So I think MSNBC did a really great job in integrating it fully into their app. And so what happens here is when you click, you see all of their different, they can promote different Twitter accounts, but when you see them, you click on one, and it shows you the real-time stream for each one of those accounts. And then once they see that, they can retweet those particular tweets. Unfortunately, I think right now it didn't have the capability of like creating a tweet or replying to the tweet from there. Maybe they updated it since then, but it's a great start. And then once again, that's an example of how integrated you can get. But there's also an entry-level way to start advertising on your social presence on mobile. Here are two screenshots from the Wall Street Journal's iPhone app, in which it's just simply their house ad, and they've just made an easy click through to Facebook, their Facebook and Twitter pages that users can click through. I know you guys are probably getting really anxious. I see all the yellow shirts coming in, so I'm getting a little nervous up here. I'm just like, oh gosh, they're just gonna throw me off the stage. Okay, the fifth tip is customizing the experience. And this is really just kind of, it should be something you're already considering, but the avatars, the backgrounds, the layout of your page, if you're on Facebook, your Facebook tabs, customizing that whole look and feel to it, because there's nothing more like devastating than going to somebody's Twitter site or Facebook site and just seeing that they have like all the regular stuff there. They have like, on Twitter, they just have like the little clouds in the background, or on Facebook, they didn't bother to like put any info in the info tab. So it's just a matter of taking like a few days, customizing the whole thing, and maybe getting a little more into it, and utilizing it in interesting ways. So this first one is Silicon Alley Insider. It's a digital business news basically. So they are using their Twitter background in a really innovative way. They're selling it as advertising. So who would have thought that would be some way to use it? I initially was going to put a screenshot of a news site that had like more info on the side, because I think those are cool too, where you have your Twitter page and then in the background it shows your Facebook link, your website. But this one was a little more innovative. It's like, oh, let's just sell our background, and it's a way to make money. So I'm not sure if I completely would recommend it to every brand, but I just thought, wow, they're thinking outside the box. The second example is a weekly quiz that ABC News runs on their Facebook page. They have a very customized look and feel to their Facebook page. So as soon as you type in facebook.com/ABC News, they direct you immediately to this customized tab where you can take a quiz, and you have to fan them before doing it. So that got me. I was like, oh, I want to take this quiz. So I fanned them, then I took the quiz, and then you can from there share the quiz on Facebook. So it's just thinking about what do you offer to your community and how can you customize the experience in whatever way possible. And lastly, last tip, make sure you're tracking everything, because you need to be making informed decisions as business professionals. So some of the things to consider: which type of content that you post does the best? Which ones get the most likes? Which ones get shared the most? Which ones drive the most traffic to your website? Next, which social platforms work for you? Don't try to force yourself onto a platform if it's not where your users are and it doesn't fit your content. If you've never produced a video in your life, I don't recommend joining YouTube. It's just like some people like, oh, YouTube, we gotta join that. Hey you, can you go make a video and post it? And it just doesn't turn out very well that way. And then think about which types of conditions are optimal for posting. Like I said, at the Times, we tracked everything. So we have a very, like a database of all the information for 2 years of posts. What time of day do politics posts do the best? Which day of the week drives the most traffic to our website on Facebook? What length of post works best for this type of article? Should I just do a headline and a link? Should I ask a question? Should I maybe do a little analysis, just a few lines? And then, in overall, which verticals drive the most traffic? So maybe you're finding that fashion is like driving tons of traffic to your site, so start doing more fashion maybe. And I'm just going to go over a quick overview of some of the tools that you should look into. if you are on certain sites. Here are some built-in options. Every time on Facebook, there's Facebook Insights. When you create a page, it comes default. Every page, not just business pages or anything, all come with these insights. It can tell you demographics on your fans, where they're located, what age they are. It can tell you the number of interactions on your page, the number of comments, wall posts, likes, a ton of data. And here's just a little screenshot of how they break it up. This isn't any screenshot from any company I worked for, so the numbers are kind of low, just to sort of disclaim that. I just took this off the internet because I didn't want to give any information for anywhere I might have worked. The first one, it tells you interactions with fans. Or the first demographics is information on fans that actually interact with your site. So you can see this particular site had 26 interactions in the week. And then you can barely see it, but there's a little green arrow up with a 2. That means they had 2 more interactions than last week. And then the next section is overall, out of all of your fans, some information about them. So one of the things that I found interesting is that you should consider the demographics between the fans who actually interact with you and the fans who just fan you and don't interact with you. Because oftentimes people just look at, our site has 50% or 60% male, 40% female, so let's do some male-dominated stuff, or let's do some female-dominated stuff so that we can get more females to interact with us. But this one actually is pretty close, but for other sites that I've seen the analytics for, it's actually the opposite. Maybe they have a ton of young fans, but it's really the older demographics that are actually interacting with them. Or maybe they have a ton of female fans and they're like, woo, this is great because it's the opposite of our website's demographic, but actually it's the males it's a majority of males who are interacting with them. So make sure you differentiate between your total fans and the fans that are actually interacting with you.